Welcome to the Find Your Flow podcast. Well, hello, I'm in the studio and April Little is joining me. Welcome to Find Your Flow, April.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm thrilled to pieces to have you here. When we first had our very first email exchange, I was like, yeah, I think I love this woman. I can't wait to talk to her.
Awesome. Thank you so
I'm
much.
so excited. I'm so excited to have this conversation, to learn more about what you do and how you bring out the very best in women. But before we dive into that, would you please tell me, what does Find Your Flow mean to you?
For me, I think that finding my flow for sure is kind of an ongoing life experiment and a learning experience. I think hopefully that it will be a forever thing. And I will just get better and better at it. But I think it has had a lot to do with the combination of finding a place of inner peace along with finding a purpose. And I want to just kind of put a caveat on that, that it doesn't have to, because I want other people to be able to find their flow. I don't want to say you have to find your purpose, because I do think that we all have a lot of purposes in life. And sometimes they sort of come and go and ebb and flow as we change positions and, just change ourselves and, life things happen and all that kind of thing. And so I don't think I want to say you don't have to find your purpose in terms of it being like the thing. But I think having purpose and being intentional, and then also having that peace that I can always go to and like work from, is how I get kind of into my flow and how I stay in.
I love that answer. I love that you said that you hope you're always continuously looking for and becoming, because that, for me, that's like my top priority. I don't want to be the girl who peaked at some age. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
I just I don't want to be that person. I want to always learn, always grow. So that, I think, is like the whole definition of flow to me as well, is to just continuously explore and discover. And I think the joy resides in all
Yes,
of those little,
exactly. That's it. When you put those
uh,
things together, that's exactly what it is. It's just like, and I was telling somebody this the other day, I work my rear end off in my business, but every bit of it is fun to me. Like, I love it.
it's
It
not
is my
work, it's
thing.
joy.
And so it doesn't feel like that. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's how I would love life to feel for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, and I think it
Amen,
can. Not I
sister.
think. I know it can. It's just you have to
Well,
do
you're
the work
living
to get
proof
there.
of it. Exactly. 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 You're living proof of what can be, which is why I love having these conversations with
Yes.
experts. And it's interesting to me that the people who don't consider themselves experts are the experts at their own life. They're right.
But
I'm like,
true. Yeah.
you're literally the only one living it. Um, and the experiences that we all get to participate in, I think, give us these beautiful different perspectives that we can share with one
For
another.
sure. Yes.
I
Yeah.
call it the buffet. Welcome to the buffet. Take what you think looks good to you. And if you
Actually,
hate it, spit it out, come back for something else. Like,
actually, yeah. And I think, that's one of the things. I was actually just having a conversation last night, beautiful conversation, with another beautiful high level woman, which I mean, it's like, I love it. I love those things.
you are who you attract.
Yeah, it's true. And I love, love, love that. And I'm getting to spend more and more time with women like that. And it's just so great every time. But yeah, we were talking about how some things are just really semantics, and there's so many people that are being held up and blocked into greater insight and better things in their life by semantics, by the words that are used. And I just wish that people would do exactly what you said, which is like, if you don't like the word, replace the word. You know what I mean? But don't throw the
Right.
entire message away because you don't like a word. You know what I mean? It's just, it's so sad. But I do think that is a certain kind of leveling up that you do get to, where you do start to learn how to do exactly what you were saying. A friend of mine used to say, eat the meat and throw out the bones. You know what I mean? Just
Ooh,
take what you want and chuck out the rest. It's fine. Not everything is for everyone. But when you throw the entire thing away because there's a part of it that you don't like, you are missing out on so much richness and goodness
yeah.
and learning, you
Yeah.
know?
And the beauty is in the learning,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. That's it.
It's so cliche, there is no destination, but I truly mean that. Like, I just love the
So true,
learning.
though. Yeah, that's one of the things that I think has been the most sort of pivotal, one of the most pivotal life changing things is the realization that I had that this does not ever end. There is no destination, just like there
Right,
is
right.
no destination. It's just level up, level up, level up, and let's see how far we can go. And, even beyond this life, perchance, you know what I mean? None of us really
Mhm.
know what happens, but like, I believe at this point, it's just continuous leveling up. You know what I mean?
I
Like, I
agree.
don't think there
Yes.
is an end. Everything is eternal,
And
including
isn't that
us, including
beautiful?
our learning. Yeah.
I remember when that concept first became like like an aha moment, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
and it seems kinda silly that it was ever an aha moment, but it was.
It is for all of us.
Legit,
That's a
an
good one.
aha
Yeah.
moment.
Yep.
And I remember it pissing me off. Like, I remember being really super annoyed by the concept of, "What do you mean this is not done? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm gonna drag through mud for the rest of my absolute existence?" And then came the day of, "Oh, this never ends," meaning there's opportunity on top of opportunity on top of opportunity on top of opportunity for infinite,
Yes.
until the
How
infinite.
cool is that? Like,
And that's
how
yes.
cool.
How cool is that? So in any moment, at any time, I can say, "New story.
Yes. Yep.
New. We're starting
Different
take
level.
2,
Yep.
take
Yep.
5, take
Yep.
2,628."
Yeah.
Right? I joke that I want a clapper so that I can completely,
Yeah.
like, change scene.
We're done. You messed up.
New cast, new scene, new script. We're done.
Hilarious. That'd be
But
awesome.
talk to me. So is this the essence of the work that you get to do with women? Like that listener, I want you to know that April here works with women who are my age, right? Over 50, who are tired of being last. And I want to pause at that because I want everybody to wrap their brains around what I just said. Women over 50 who are tired of being last. And I'm going to say this more often than not, it's because we've put ourselves there.
Absolutely.
We've decided that's what we're worth because we've accepted that being selfish, and we're going to dive into that word too, but being selfish is somehow dirty, unattractive, um, actually like a pain in the ass to others. Like, and I don't want to be a pain in the ass, right? So it's this, God, oh, April, I hope you don't mind I curse.
No, go ahead. Like people ask me that all the time.
Recognize
I'm
it's
like,
too
no, girl.
late.
And if I get real worked up, I will too. So
Like, oh shit. I recognize that it's too late. I've already done it.
yeah.
But when did that happen? And we'll dive into that.
Yeah.
Is
So many
this
reasons.
the crux of working with women my age to redefine worth? And how do you do that? That's a deep programming that is in the body mind, it's running deep throughout our entire nervous system. So how did you land on women our age? How did you come to this?
Well, I work with women of any age really, but I do find that women our age now, how do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Nah, go ahead. I'm 53.
Okay, so we're really close. So I'll be 51. So I work with women our age in addition to some younger women as well, but I work with women who are in this kind of transition period of life. I'm sure you've felt it. I'm sure you've been there. Like
F
there
yeah.
is this place that we kind of come to where, especially when we've had children or we've had families to raise, where those children start to sort of age out of being permanently parented, right? Like
Yes.
constantly parented.
Yes.
And when that happens, a lot of us have this moment of uh, like, what do I do now? Like, what is my next purpose? Like, it's such a, it's just a total, it's a time of complete redefinition. And for a lot of people, a lot of women, we have unfortunately defined ourselves by a single role that we've played. So some
Yeah.
of us, and I still hear it all the time, and it just, oh, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's like, oh, I'm just a mom. I'm like, well, then you
Oh,
need work, boo. Like, then because you're nothing of the kind. Like, that is a
yeah.
single role that you play,
Yeah.
right? That's a
For
single,
a finite period of time. Like,
exactly. And that's the
it's
thing that I
tiny.
don't know if anybody else realized this, but like when I became a mother, I never once thought of the day I wouldn't be a mother. I mean, I'm still a
Oh, for
mother, don't get me
sure.
wrong. But like, I never once thought of the day that they would actually leave the nest. Like, I never considered that. And I
It's
have 4
shocking.
children. Yeah, it is a shock. Like, I
It
remember
is.
literally crying for most of the year that my oldest was in her senior year of high school. Not crying most of the year,
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm right there with
But
you.
like crying off and on throughout that entire year. And just like that whole, it's such a shift for all of us. And same thing with women who, and you see this a lot also around this same age between like 40 and 50, where there are a lot of women who find their marriages have fallen apart. They
Yeah.
haven't maintained their marriage, and for whatever reason, whether they've just simply grown apart or whether something catastrophic has happened or whatever, their marriages are ending. And so these like big transition, and also a lot of times you also find either your career ends. We've had a lot of that happen
Yeah.
since COVID period and on, and then or you find out that you hate your career.
Right.
It's not the one you're like, wait, this isn't making me happy. This isn't fulfilling me. Like, I want something else. And so there's all these huge transitions that we sort of move through around this age time, between, I would say, 40 and 50,
Mm-hmm.
and a little older than that too. And what I was seeing was that because women were so attached to this one role, it was their career role or their role as a wife or their role as a mother or sometimes several of those things, and that they had attached themselves so much to this it became their identity. And so whenever that thing changed or shifted or was no longer there, they were just lost. And
Yes.
it broke my heart. It broke my heart. And so that's actually why I wrote my book. I wrote my book as like a love letter to all the women out there who are experiencing these things as a, you have the opportunity to change all of that. Like it's not too late. I don't care how old you are. If you start it young, amazing. Your life will be completely different. If you
Mm-hmm.
started at our age, amazing. The rest of your life
Mm-hmm.
will be completely different.
Yeah.
It's not too late. You can change anything that you want to, but it starts entirely with yourself. Nothing else will change until you change.
The book she is talking about is called The Me First Paradox. It's so fabulous. And I think you speak to me so deeply because I have been through all of that. All of what you just described, I've been through. And I applaud you for being out there normalizing these transitions and teaching those of us who are out there experiencing all of this, teaching us that these are these are not moments of falling apart. These are moments of becoming. These are just
Yes.
opportunities
It's
to grow.
yeah,
And like there's this amazing gift that happens when you turn 50. There really is. You
I
kind of
agree.
like in your 40s, you kind of like stop giving a shit about what anybody else
Yeah,
has to think and you really start digging into who you are. But then in 50, you're like, this is who I am. So fuck all of you.
yeah,
And either get on board with who I am now
right.
or
And move
good
on.
luck.
Yeah,
Good luck. Because I honest to God, I don't have time for any of this.
yeah, no,
I'm going to love you from afar, but I don't have
yeah,
time for any of this. Right.
exactly. Yes,
So to coach women into this mindset, and I agree with you, like if you can embrace this as younger. See, you have 4 kids, I have 2, and I look at that generation and I go, "Oh, we're
yes.
doing something right." I get it. It is a violent change from how we were raised, and I get what that looks like and is experienced. But I look at them and I go, they're going to have so few episodes of the very foundation of who they are crumbling out from
I
under them.
really hope that's true. I always tell people I think that generation was just born more awake. It's
I
just
agree.
it's part of like a
Yeah,
shift in the world that we're
I
seeing.
agree.
I totally
Gives me
it's so
chills.
sometimes yeah, seriously. Sometimes my daughters so my son is my youngest and he's just about to turn 17. So he's not quite there, but like my girls are all grown. And sometimes I hear them speak and say things, and I'm like, my gosh, where did this wisdom come
Yes.
from? It is
Yes.
so beautiful. And I can't take credit for all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so much of that, I'm telling you, some of it they were just born with. And then
I
some of
agree.
it, this generation is learning things and being ways that we never were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a an openness and a freedom that they demand
Yes.
that is different.
Demand
Yes.
and expect
Yes.
respect. They
Yes.
expect respect, which
And they
I think
expect to be
we
able
had
to
to
be
learn
who
that.
they are. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
right?
And
That
I mean,
freedom
you
is
talked about
amazing.
world shifting. I mean, that is in my book as well. But like the things that we have missed out on as a society and as a world because of the fear of stepping in, people stepping into
Yeah.
who they really are and
Yeah.
being who they really are, the things that we have missed out on I don't even like to think about it. It's just so sad. Like it's so tragic. And I want that to change. And I want that to change with our generation, me and you. Like we
Agreed.
are changing
Yes.
that, me and you. But like, I want women globally to
Yes,
join this
mass.
movement.
Yes.
Like, please, whatever it is that you have brought into the world with you, because you have completely unique, beautiful, special gifts that are part of you that are innate. And you I just want women to want to give that to the world, to feel that in giving that it fulfills their souls and also
Yeah.
fills a space they were meant to fill, like
Yes.
because all of that is true and the world will not be what it could be until you do that. So that kind
Oh
of is
my
the premise
God.
of the
I'm just sort of like melting into a puddle of gooiness over here. Like I want to cry. I'm fighting very hard not to cry.
yeah, I am actually a little yeah, I'm a little flippant. Yeah.
What? I'm verklempt. What
Yeah.
you just said is so beautiful because it's as if we have this beautiful puzzle and every single human on this planet is a piece. And we don't get to experience the breadth of beauty when all of that comes together if each individual doesn't recognize their active participation at creating this beautiful landscape that we get to experience. And there is a whole lot of, I mean, and listen, and that's like a whole other podcast episode about marginalizing women and keeping women small and taking their voices away. And I look back, I mean, I step back and I look at the world and I kind of marvel at how they're at least for, I don't know, the last 20 years, something like that, you've seen women trying to look exactly like another woman. Like that is
Yeah.
curious to me. You know
Yeah.
how there's this paper doll cutout experiment that's going on? Like, can we all look the same? Can we all have the same dimensions, the same behavior, same voice, same inflection, same everything the same? To which I've never understood that, because I'm just like, holy shit, like you with your pink hair. I mean, rock star, cool and beautiful. And so am I in my
Yeah.
brunette and,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
bifocals. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
we all bring something beautiful to the table. And as women, hello, the whole reason why we exist is to create. The whole reason we exist is to birth. And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about children. I am talking
Right.
about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You, and you deserve to be here
That's
and you deserve to
literally
take up
true.
space.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally true of everyone on this planet, male, female.
Yes. Yes.
But there
Yes.
is, one of the things that I talk about in the book is kind of how some of this came to be. And at some point society kind of decided that if there was a servant built, right, that would ultimately serve society. And so women, being of servant heart anyway, kind of
Yes.
took on a lot of that role. Now, I'm not going to say all of it, because there are men who are in the same kind of position.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
as women, we have sort of like, as a gender, taken on this role of becoming the servant in the society, which is really, really odd when you think about it. And again, like, I talk about this a little bit in the book, that what has happened instead is this disintegration of society.
Yes.
It's so interesting. And I talk about a lot of the societal ills that have come from women specifically being asked to do everything for others, and not, and have been, it's been created. And I will just fully admit that we perpetuate this ourselves as well. This is not
Absolutely.
men crushing us necessarily. Like, this is also us
Absolutely.
crushing us, and
Listen, that
also
doesn't
refusing
help.
to rise.
However, right, it doesn't
Yeah.
help if somebody has their, hand on your head and keeping you down.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. However, there is also the act of not rising up against that,
Exactly.
right? And not
And also
saying
doing that to other
boundaries.
women. Like,
Yes.
I have been
Yes.
guilty, not actively guilty, but like, of in my mind having these thoughts about women who were rising, who were
Oh, for
sort of too
sure.
much or something.
Yes.
And so,
Yes.
or
Yes.
out there too much or whatever. And so it's just been a part of like our culture and our
Hmm.
society and our programming, right? And
Yes.
so these are all things that we are having to overcome in order to step into who we need to be. But the fact is that all of that over a period of time has caused all kinds of
Yeah.
issues within our society that we
Yes.
don't really sometimes recognize are related to that, but they are. And so when you have been taught that putting yourself first is
Hmm.
shameful or greedy, or you use the word selfish or any number of other words that we could use for that, but when you've been taught that and that's in your programming, then don't put yourself
Right.
first.
Right.
And because of that, we've got all kinds of issues. Again, we've got things
Yes.
like burnout. We've got, you know, anxiety and depression is at an all
For
time
sure.
high. We've got, and all these things,
Hormonal
believe it or
imbalances.
not,
I,
yes,
right. Yes.
sure. I mean, health issues galore, I
Yes.
mean, and I wish I had my book with me so I could reference, because sometimes mine just goes a little bit blank like it is right now. But there are so many other things too that are related to us not being who we are,
Yes.
suppressing who we are, but also just not coming into any situation whole. So instead of coming in whole and healthy and cared for, which you could do if you put yourself first, which you should do if you put yourself first, and you should put yourself first, instead of coming in that state and then being able to give from this beautiful, amazing state of overflow, we're
Yes.
coming into things already totally depleted. And we're
Yes.
doing our best from that place, but like it's nothing compared to what we could give from a place of wholeness. So we're actually becoming into society as resource users as
Yes.
opposed to producers.
Yes.
Even when we think we're producing, we also are like constantly needing, you know, replenishing. And so we are also still constantly taking, and using the resources that are around us when we could come in as purely a resource, a
Yes.
producer, and also whole and happy and all these great things. And it's totally possible. It's so possible. It's not just possible, it's entirely probable if you will shut down all that crap noise about how it's not okay to put yourself first, start putting yourself first, build from the inside, and everything comes flowing out. That's
Oh my
that's the
God, I
purpose.
love that. I look at the history of women, and I look at it as if it were like a coin. And on the one side, you've got nurturer, and on the opposite side of the coin, you have martyr.
Oh,
Right? These, I mean, and literally victim, martyr,
yeah,
servitude, these words,
yes,
I'm the same with you, bile in my mouth.
yeah,
But when you show up as less than yourself, you show up as the martyr, the victim, the servant. If you show up as your whole self, you can nurture.
yes,
And the thing is, at some point in time, this hierarchy was established to make us think, oh, the only way that we're really good, I'm air quoting for those
yeah,
of you who are not
nice.
watching the video
Mhm.
and looking, we're good. We're only good people if we continuously give of ourselves. I mean, when you listen to, I can't remember where I read this, heard it, whatever, but somebody was talking about going to their mother's funeral. And in like a series of a year, there were several funerals, all of these women in this one little group all dying. And at every funeral, you kept hearing the same thing. She was so good. She gave of herself.
Uh-huh.
She gave everything to her children. She gave everything to her family. And she would collapse at the end of the day, having known that she did good because she gave everything she had. Okay, I have full body chills because it makes me simultaneously irate and then I want to cry. What good? What good? What good? What good? What good did she put into the world? If it depleted her, what good did she put out into the world? So I always think of it as there's this Will Smith movie. I think it's like 7 pounds or something like that. But it's
Mhm.
this right? It's this concept of if I give of myself, I'm going to cut part of my flesh off, 7 pounds of flesh or something like that. And I have to give you the flesh. I have to give you my flesh along with this act. That's going to make you think very, very, very quickly
Right.
about what you are giving away and what you are doing for others. And so I took that and I started to change my behavior. So if I am going to go do something that I don't feel that great about doing, I'm actually envisioning, okay, so I'm going to give you my forearm. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah, right.
Why would I do that? That doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense to me. So, no,
And
no,
then you're
thank
going
you.
to need a new forearm.
And then I'm going to need a new forearm.
Then who's
Exactly.
going to give that to you? You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to need
Exactly.
someone else to, and that's the whole evil,
Yes.
like, you know, cycle of it is that if you go out into the world where you're depleted and you're giving more than what you have, then you have to take from somewhere to put
Exactly.
that back into yourself and then just give again. And so I am trying to teach women that I don't want you to be a glass at all. Like, the whole like, are you a full glass or an empty glass,
Yeah,
or don't
yeah,
pour from an empty
yeah.
cup. I don't want you to
How
be
about
a
on the
cup. I
fucking river?
want you
I'm the
to be a
ocean. I'm
fire
the
hose. Like, I want you to be a fire hose that just can give to anyone and everyone at all times and is just constantly flowing and
joyous
never
about it.
needs depletion.
Yes.
Never needs, re, filling or whatever, is
Yeah,
never depleted. Because, and it is, like I said, it is possible. You can literally
it
walk
is.
through the world giving and giving and giving and giving from nothing but your energy and your and just pure graciousness. And like you were saying, this like beautiful, nurturing kind of spirit, because you've cultivated this within yourself, and all you're doing is literally overflowing everywhere. And people, it will never feel like you're being that servant, right? It will never feel like that. It will feel like you are being more and more and more of yourself. And yet people around you will be getting what they need from you,
Yes.
and that is the idea. So
It's that
it's the stop.
quality.
Yes,
There's this
yes,
luscious quality that is
yes,
shared, and people go, "Oh my god, I feel so much better." You could
yes,
literally, this is what I'm saying. All we did was email and schedule, and I went, "Oh, I just got what I needed." Like
yeah.
that was, and it comes through in every single interaction, even if that interaction is just a simple walk down the street and smile at someone.
That's the
You've just
thing. That is it.
completely filled someone else.
Exactly.
It's a constant sharing, and
Yeah.
that's what makes it so beautiful.
Yes. It's an
You can
energy
literally
exchange,
sit
which
there,
is all
say
anything
nothing, do
is.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I just want to be able to literally walk into a room and the whole room just, whoosh, you know what I
Rise.
mean? Like
Yes, I know exactly
that
what
is
you
the
mean.
goal. You know what I mean? And so, because that's the goal, I work on myself all the time,
All the time.
all
Yep.
the time.
Amen. All the
And
time.
you know
All the
what?
time.
I have found that, so one of the things, what I teach as a coach is embodiment and deep self-care. So a totally different kind of self-care than what a lot of us think of as self-care. It's not skincare. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get to the
yeah.
skincare because I'm obsessed with skincare. But
Me too.
that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about deep, deep soul self-care, right? And
Soul
so
care. Oh, I
every
like that.
day
Soul
I
care.
practice that. I practice soul care on for
What
myself.
are some of your rituals?
So one of the things that I love, well, let me just say this first of all. The things that I'm about to mention are not going to work for you yet if you need that deeper, deeper, deeper level. If we've got lots
Yes.
of work to do. Let me just say the things that I'm about to mention are things that I do now because I have already done years of work on myself. And so now
Mhm.
I'm at this place where if I need something, it's one of these things. So I have these like hero level self-care things, which by that I mean not that I'm a hero. I mean they are my hero self-care things. So they can like kind of cure all ills at this point. But if you're just starting out, this is not going to help you. But like one of my favorite things is to spend time in my hammock. I have a hammock.
Ah,
I've carted it around for years. Hammocks will always be a part of my life. They are just, for some reason, it's just a place where I just feel just solitude. My body
well, it's
can
very
rest.
womb-like.
My mind, yes, my
Mhm.
mind can rest. My intellect can rest. My body is resting at the same time, like spiritually resting for me. So, like, I want it to be able to rest all these different things. Whatever I call, self care at this point, or especially soul self care, it needs to rest me on several levels. So then also, I love a good salt bath. Like everybody who knows me, I never stop talking about salt baths, but I'm like obsessed with a good magnesium salt bath. They're so good for you. So
Right there with you.
yeah, same exact thing. I can get in there. My body is at rest. My body is being replenished. My mind is at rest. A lot of times I'll put like a meditation on at the same time. And so, like, I'm really getting what I need to be replenished. So, those are probably like my top two things that I go to if I'm feeling like a little meh, you know?
Yes.
But
And
that
listener, can I
being
just
said, I
Go ahead. I
also
was just gonna
go ahead.
sorry, I was just gonna say,
Yeah, no.
listener, if you can take note that her ritual, especially the magnesium bath, this ritual is multi-layered. If you listened closely, you'll hear I do a salt bath. Um, s so salt is different from magnesium, so she does a salt bath or she does a magnesium bath, and she layers on a sound healing, layers on a meditation, layers on quiet. Same thing with swaying in a hammock. The reason why these are at a higher frequency of healing is because of the multi-layered effect of it. But if you are, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know who the hell I am. And I don't know what is going on with my life. And I just hate everything. Laying down in a hammock is going to be a slightly traumatizing event for you.
Right. It's not going to help.
It's not. It's going to leave you a little bit nauseous, a little bit dizzy. You're going to feel like you can't be there. You're going to get tangled up and you're going to fall out of it. And I'm not even joking or taking this lightly, but these are the things that happen. And if you try to soak in a tub, the exact same thing is going to
Yeah.
happen.
Your
It's not
mind's
going
going
to
to
be
probably race.
peaceful.
Right.
Exactly. So, what April is talking about here is what brings you peace. These are the items she's taking from the buffet of soul care, self care. What works for you, right? What works for you? So, April, okay, my follow up question: what are some things that you would suggest to the person who is standing there going, I don't know what the fuck? I don't know.
So if we're starting from that place, one of the first things I'm going to say is self-care, is boundaries. Because most people, girl, because most people that are starting from there, they are seriously lacking boundaries.
Ding,
And
ding, ding.
I mean for themselves and for other
Hmm.
people around them. So a lot of us struggle a lot with not setting boundaries for ourselves. That's kind of like the first place. So if somebody's coming to me and they're in that state, then that's probably where we're going to start, is with boundaries. And then I am going to start them immediately on some kind of self-care that feels like soul care. And that can be, so I was having a conversation, like I said, last night with this beautiful woman, and she was telling me that at this point she really just does not have any self-care. And I was like, okay,
Hmm.
then here's where we're going to start. I said, do you drink something in the morning? Like, are you a coffee girl? And she said, no, I've given up coffee, but I'm drinking tea right now. And I was like, okay, then here's where we're going to start. In the morning when you drink, I said, well, how do you drink your tea? And she was like, I literally gulp it down. And I was like, no.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
So what we're going to do is, when you make your tea, it's going to become a ritual, a self-care ritual.
yes.
You're going to pay attention. You're going to smell the smells. You're going to sit with your cup of tea. You're going to sit in a place that feels very comfortable for you, whether that's back in your bed or on your wherever it is.
Mm.
And you're going to enjoy. You're going to be in joy. You're going to start your day with joy. Just in mindfulness, right? With like tasting this tea and just spending some time with it and just feeling the gratitude for that little small moment, and that those tastes and those flavors and the things and the warmth that you can literally feel going from your mouth
Oh,
down into your
right.
belly, right? But not if you're gulping it down. Like nothing is happening. You're doing nothing for yourself. But so it's just, sometimes it's a matter of just slowing down just a little bit to get that tiny bit of joy in your life from the get-go, from the start of your day,
Yeah.
giving yourself a little bit of time. And I don't even mean a lot of time. I don't mean, this doesn't need to take a half hour.
No, it
Just
does
if you
not.
can start with 5 minutes of joy and enjoyment
Yes.
in your morning, then you are changing the entire trajectory of your day. And if you're changing the trajectory of your day every day or most days, you're literally changing the trajectory of your life with just small things. It's all
Minute
small.
by minute.
Yes, it's all small.
Yes.
It's all small. Nothing, very rarely is anything just like humongously life changing. Yes, you can eventually, if you get into it, then, you can make quantum leaps and all kinds of things.
For
But
sure.
we're starting, if that's where you're starting, then we're starting really, really small. And we're just going to build these small moments into your day. So much of it at this point is about, for me, and again, this has taken me time to get
Mhm.
here, but for me, it's about being really aware of myself. I am entirely self centered. Okay. Like everything is from the center of me.
Yes.
And so I, and totally unapologetically, okay, I am self centered. I am full of myself. Okay.
Listen, listener, that does not mean that she's mean.
Oh my God. If you talk to people that engage with me, they'll tell you, like, I, and this is the point, is that I pay attention to myself all day throughout the day so that
Yes.
I give myself what I need, so that when I'm in any situation with another human being, I can pour and pour and I
Yes.
can be completely present, because guess what? I am totally unconcerned with anything going on with me at that
Yes.
point. I'm
Yes.
full. I'm healthy. I'm whole. I'm taken care of. I have nothing to be concerned about. And so I can be with these other people in full
Without
presence
distraction.
with
This
zero
is
distraction.
not from a place of conceit. This
Right?
is
Not at
right.
all.
This is not
The
from a place of
opposite.
ego. It's the
Yes.
absolute opposite. That's what I'm saying. Like I love that you are redefining selfish and self-centered. I mean, add that to the list. It's just phenomenal to me.
Yes. Yeah. I actually had these really adorable stickers made that say, I am so full of myself. Like,
Is it
but self
SOUL?
is capitalized. What's that?
I was going to say,
I'm
is
sending
so
you one.
full SOULFUL?
Oh, I wish it did. I wasn't that clever. It
Next
just
batch,
says,
next batch. I am
yeah,
so
right, right.
full of
Yes.
myself.
But the self is capitalized. And that's one of the things that, throughout my book, the self is capitalized as well, because I want us to recognize that we have a self,
Yes.
right?
Gives it
We
presence.
are,
It gives it it's a
yes,
surname. This
yes,
is important. Yes.
yes, yes. And for some of my, so there's a woman that has become really, really important to me. She has a very sort of dark past. And she was one of my like pre-readers of my book, and one of my editors. And so um she actually was the one that helped me get to that place where I was capitalizing self a lot more, like almost throughout the entire book. Now it is, because for her, it was totally life changing for her to recognize that she had a self that she was responsible for caring
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
And we don't, we just aren't, as a, just as a whole, as a society, not, a world society, just aren't really that self aware. And so
Agreed.
if we can become just a little more self-aware, and that helped her. And I was like, okay, well, if that's that helpful, then let's just make it, like, let's definitely make that part of the book, so that other people can start to see that they have these levels, these layers of self. You're not just like you're not a meat suit. Like,
Right. Right.
you're a soul wearing a meat suit. Your meat suit is something that you need to take care of for sure, but you have a soul, and you have a mind, and you have, all these different parts of you that all need caring for. And so that kind of goes back to the self-care aspect, is like, when we think of self-care, which is kind of how the world is sort of portraying it right now.
Mhm.
When we think of
Trivialize
self-care
it.
as being like taking care of your hair and your
Yes.
nails, and like, I mean, listen, I am all about those things. I love it all. But
Yes.
that is
It's
just
not
one
only.
tiny part.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yes.
one tiny
It's
part.
taking that concept of self care,
Yes,
trivializing it, minimalizing it, making it small, putting it in lower capitals and
yep.
making it a hyphen, self-care. And
And it is
everything gets lumped in
deep.
with, well, that's
It
just
is
self-care.
it is deep, deep work.
Yes.
That's where it starts. That's
And that's
where
the work
you can
too,
make the
by the
biggest
way.
change. Yeah. Yeah,
When
exactly.
people say do the work, That's the work. That's the actual work.
That
It's
is the
all
work.
of this self-care,
Yes.
and it can come in any shape or form. What resonates with you? It can start with a
Yeah.
cup of tea.
Yes.
I have coffee in bed every day. My husband brings me a cup of coffee every day. Um, I call it milk cafe because that's we were in Zurich, and that's what I fell in love with, this whole
Love
concept of
it.
milk
Yeah.
cafe and the Herkel-Derkel. So just lounging to really enjoy the
Yes.
quality of the foam. I drink
Yes.
1 cup of coffee a day, and let me tell you something, it is soul work that
Right.
I get to rejoice in this 1 cup. I don't need it any other
Yeah.
time of the
Yeah.
day because
It's
I
just a
already
soul-care
gave
moment for
myself
you.
that gift.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Yes,
yes.
yes, exactly. And like my soul care, I'm not a coffee drinker, and I do love a certain kind of matcha, which I will not get into. But like, what it's not a morning thing for me. That's if I have to go out to get it because it's a certain way a certain person makes it. So but like my morning thing for myself is I always do skincare in the morning. You know, I always
Mhm.
obviously do it at night and in the morning, but in the morning, that's like one of my things. I spend a little time on
And
my
it's a
skin.
ritual.
And yes, it's a ritual. And obviously, brush my teeth and all the things that are like the normal things, but I spend my time doing it how I want to do it and not in a rush.
Yes,
And then I have this thing, have this, it's right here actually. So like
yes.
but like I have this specific recipe of my granddaughter calls it Gigi juice, and so that's what we've started calling it. But it's like full of vitamins and minerals and protein and MCT powder and all this stuff that just makes me feel amazing. I do that for myself. That's one of my little rituals. I make it. It has to be done. I want it every single day. I literally feel like I can't start my day without it, and it makes me feel amazing on top of the fact that I also take a whole handful, like I take
Mhm.
probably 9-ish pills of supplements in the morning.
Yeah.
Um, because again, it makes me feel amazing. I was just telling my husband the other day, I feel better right now in my 50s than I did when I was 35.
Oh
Like I
my
have
god.
more
Yes,
energy. I just
yes.
like feel great. And some of that is
It's a
because of all the
testament.
work. Yes.
I was just gonna say that is a testament.
Yes.
Number 1, you do the work. Number
Yes.
2, you have decided that your life is a process of flowing and becoming. Right? That's that never ending. It really does get better. So while everybody is out there bemoaning how, oh, life goes downhill when you turn 30, and then it's a rapid decline once you turn 40 and 50, just forget about it.
Yes.
Hands down, I'm like you. Am like a 180 from where I was in my 30s. And when I was in my 40s, I'll share with you, I had a spinal injury where they told me I was never going to recover. I lost my hearing, I lost my sight, the ability to sit
My
up, to
God.
walk, to hold anything, and they said, "Yeah, well, she'll get
Too
to
bad.
maybe 65%." I'm like 100,000% better than that.
Yes,
It's
yes,
just
because you
and it
decided.
because
Yeah,
I decided to prioritize my
right.
self-care. And
Yes,
and that has changed over the years, of course. I go to a buffet, I'm
yeah,
not gonna eat the same thing every freaking
right.
day for the rest of my
Yeah,
life. As you change what resonates with you, what you
what
require, not
works for you,
need, what you require
right?
actually changes.
Yeah,
And that's what's
I
you
totally
can't
agree.
figure that out if you're not paying attention to
That's
yourself.
exactly right. So that is we have my husband and I we've gotten really into, our health and our vitality,
Yeah.
particularly because I listen, like I said before, I figure I have 35, maybe 40 years left on this earth. And I plan to do as
Mm.
much as I
Amen.
possibly can. And I do not mean crochet as many quilts or whatever as
Correct.
I possibly
I
can.
mean,
Listen,
like,
that's
travel the
that's
freaking
your choice.
world.
I plan to change lives and
Yes.
lift up the vibration of this world as much as I
Yes.
can while I'm here. And if I'm going to do that, it requires me to
Yes.
take care of myself
Yes.
first.
Yes.
Otherwise, what can I give?
Like,
It's
what's
like
the point?
I posted this a while back on Facebook, but it was like, if you're bleeding out, how many people can you save before before you're dead? But if
Yes.
you are healed first, then how many can you save? And so
This is
that is
the,
one of
like,
the
put your
reasons.
oxygen mask on before you put it on anybody else.
Exactly.
It's this concept. You're just gonna
Yes,
live by it now.
exactly. So I used to be an EMT, like a paramedic, when my husband was
Mhm.
in law school. And one of the very first things that they taught us, it's the first lesson I remember learning in that class at all. It was one of the first things they ever said was never become a second victim. Like you do not go onto a scene, rush into a scene that you don't know what's going on there and become another victim. Because when you do that, you create chaos for everyone else.
Yes.
You use resources that were meant
Yes.
for someone else, like all this stuff. And when I tell you I internalized that in a life, like a life wide setting,
Yes.
don't become a victim. Don't become a victim.
Can you say that one more
Be
time?
a hero. You can be a hero or you can become a victim, but you really can't do both.
You cannot. You cannot. I had a similar when I was a teenager, I was training to be a lifeguard, and the instructor actually jumped on my head and shoulders and pushed me down as I was trying to practice saving him. And in a split second, I thought I could drown or I could make him stop. So pulled his hair, put him down, swam to the top, pulled him up because now I had oxygen,
Right.
right? Now I'm where I need to be in a place of a little bit of strength, a little bit of power, and I could pull him back up and say, "Are you finished? May I now go save your life? Like, can I now swim you over to the side?" Like, but it's that same concept of, are you gonna let everything, take you down, or are you gonna say, "You know what? Time. I'm gonna take care of myself, and then we can
Yes.
all rise together."
Yes.
And the other thing that I absolutely love about living life like this is that, believe it or not, listener, believe it or not, the more you focus on who you are, what you need, and what you bring to the table, the less judgmental you are, the less
Sure.
impacted you are by everything around you,
Yes.
because you do flip into a mindset of, well, wait a second. If this is how I resonate with what's good for me and you resonate with what's good for you, who am I to tell you it's wrong?
Yeah,
Who am I to tell you anything is
for
wrong?
sure.
Right? If I know that you are focused on what is best for you and for how you can show up as your best self, oh, come
Let
on
them
now.
be. Yeah.
Let them be, because
Yeah.
now I can live in complete trust. You're not after me. I'm not after you. You just want to be your best. I just want to be my
Yeah.
best. If at some point that comes together, kudos. If not,
Yeah.
I wish you well. And I mean that.
Yes. I think for me, that lesson has been that all I have to do, and there's a story behind this, but all I have to do in this life is love. All
Yes.
there is love.
Yes.
And if the thing is I had to cultivate that for myself within myself first, just like you're saying. That is what I cultivated within me. And so now it is so easy to give it to everyone else.
Yes.
It is so easy. And there is no peace in the world like just being able to
It's
leave
amazing.
judgment and crap like that alone and
It's
just love.
amazing.
It's so easy. It's
This is
so
how
easy.
I truly, truly believe the world is going to change. I am not kidding you. So when I hear you say that you've got a shit ton of work to do, I'm like, yes, yes, you do, and we all do. So I applaud you for taking the charge. I thank you for digging so freaking deep in a time where it hasn't been the easiest, right? So women our age have had to sort of like take take paradigms down and clear a path and do a shit ton of pioneer work and till the fields and do the planting. We've had a lot of work to do. It's not an easy lift. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being out there and literally doing the heavy lifting, speaking, sharing, making it easier, not just for our generation, but for our girls. Because I think that when they see what women like you are doing, showing up and being not just authentic, but coming from a place of generating peace and sharing peace, that instills hope. And that hope brings everything forward. So thank you. Oh my God, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I so appreciate
Thank
you.
you so much for both for creating this space for this to be possible to spread the message. Like, thank God that there are people out there doing the work that you do. And also just for being part of the movement as well. Like I really believe this is a movement. You know, I have,
I
like
agree.
I said, I have 3 daughters. I have a granddaughter now as well, and she's just turned 3, and she's the most beautiful creature. And I just want a different world for her,
Hmm.
and I really fully believe it's going to be. But it does start with each of us starting with ourselves. So
Wholeheartedly agree. Thank you so much, April Little, for being here with me, for spending time with me, for teaching me, for inspiring me. And where can listeners find you? Where can they work
So
with you?
you can literally just find me on my personal page on Facebook is April Little, just spelled like the month and like the other word for small. And yeah, you can just DM me there. You can just DM me there, or you can also find me on Instagram. My personal handle is AS Nunya, like Nunya Business. Um,
Love it.
55. So it's AS Nunya 55. Or my book is The Me First Paradox. It is for sale on Amazon. And then also, I have an Instagram for the book and just things that kind of come out of the book and ideas that I have that are related to the book. And that is The Me First Paradox, but there's an underscore after every word or between every word. So,
Okay. And I'll have all of that in the show notes so it's nice and easy for everybody to get in touch with you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And please, please, please reach out if you want to catch up, if you have more to
I
share
love
with
that. Yeah,
listeners. This is actually going to air on YouTube and Spotify. So I'm switching gears as well to bring video. For some reason, I
awesome.
just feel
Yeah,
very called to have that kind of more personalized connection between people. So thank you. Thank you for agreeing to do this. We had agreed to
of course.
only audio and you really stepped up. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you,
All right.
Lisa.
Thank you. Until next time, we'll see you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for being here with me, listener. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. And if you did, please consider sharing it with someone else who may enjoy it. My intention here is to inspire, empower, and help us all learn. So be sure to click that follow button for more holistic tips, inspiring conversations, and Reiki infused meditations. One more thing before you go, check out the Instagram handle at nagarelife.